them started going to board meetings back when they were 13 and 14. They could show up if they wanted to. It wasn't mandated. Hey, if you're in town or whatever, you want to go over to the board meeting with Dad, or do you want to go to dinner? You know, just letting them be around the board members and some of the managements, more like social and getting comfortable with people, and older people, because your decisions will influence older people, and young people trying to tell a 50-year-old what to do is kind of intimidating. So we started out just talking about what your options are in life, options for the company and options for the board. So the way we talked about it, they're kind of, I put them in 4 buckets, Jeff. If you want to run the company, you come to work, you start, and 30 years from now, see if you win the CEO race. I mean, we're 140,000, $50 billion company, and that's just how it works. The Tyson name would give you the tiebreaker, at the top of the funnel, so to say. But to be CEO of this company means you got to go 24/7 for the next 30 years of your life. And whether it's our company or any company, for somebody to be a CEO of a large multi-dynamic company, that's kind of what it looks like.
And that's the conversation that you had with both of your children?
Both of my children.
John and?
Olivia.
Okay.
Yep. But we also had this conversation. If you want to be on the board and not be in management, then what can we do to help you learn how the company works? So for John Randall right now, whether he stays to become CEO or whether he just is going to be there 5 to 7 years, to learn about the company, to understand the company, to contribute to the company, to become a better board member, then we've done that to prepare him to become a better board member. And I think there's 2 kinds of board members coming out of families. Those that have a certain set of skill sets, have knowledge, worked in the company, they have some understanding of those dynamics. And then there's the second board member, which is, I'm on the board because I'm a family member and I'm going to uphold the values of the family. Now, you all can talk about the finance and you can talk about that, and I know enough about money, but these are non-negotiables as far as the family's concerned. We're just not going to do that. And if you as a management team or a board can't accept those non-negotiables, then you don't need to be here. So I view family members to a degree upholding the cultural values, the historical values, but also having skill sets. And so we talk about what kind of role maybe my children will be on the board. And then the fourth thing that we talked about was maybe you just want to go to the Bahamas and run a bar on a beach.
Well, how would you feel about that?
So if you want to do that, you have no say in the company. You have no say at the board level. You'll just get part of your dividend and it'll be sent to you. You'll have a good life, be a positive contributor, be a contributor to society and give back. So, what kind of channel do you want as an individual in your life?
How would you feel if John and Olivia said, they both told you, yeah, I love Tyson Foods and I love you, Dad, but I am just going to go hang out at the beach for the rest of my life?
Which is okay. What they have to accept is they have no say in Tyson Foods, and the only thing they're going to get is the trustees will send them part of a dividend check.
How would you feel?
I just want my children to be happy because I've been in it. Our company's set to operate as a big company, and we just happen to have a large holding called Tyson Foods. I've been preparing myself to set these options up for the greater good of my children, the greater good of the company, and the greater good of both the board and the management team.
What's it like being the grandson of the founder of Tyson Foods?
I didn't know my granddad very well because he passed away when I was 13. And so, the dialogue that you might have had as I got older with him never got developed. So that's Granddad. I see him. We did a few things together, but we never got to that next evolution of a relationship, maybe between a grandson and a grandfather, because he passed away early.
Was it tough being the son of the CEO of Tyson Foods as you were getting older in life?
State that question again.
Was it tough, or was it strange, or was it great to be the son
Oh,
of the CEO of
there's a
Tyson?
lot of pluses and minuses in it. So I think I learned from that for my kids.
Mhm.
But I think part of the challenge in my dad's management and his team, they were kind of a command and control type style management, because you're running operations. Okay, here, go do this, get it done, bring it back to us. So command and control out of that generation was probably a lot of the style. The triangulation that, my dad and I would talk about something and trying to figure out, well, how would I feed that into the organization or not feed it into the organization? Then on the other side was, well, don't tell Johnny anything. He might go tell his dad. I think society rewards perfection. And we need to reward people who just show up and try to get it done, knowing some days it's just not going to work as well. So if your mindset is you got to be perfect, it's hard to get started because you're worried about failure, because society comes back and says, well, you quite didn't get it right. Instead of saying, wow, that was a really great effort. Man, we learned a lot. Let's keep going.
What does Tyson do? So does Tyson want perfection because that really drives profitability, or does Tyson actually look for effort?
You can't have perfection in food. I mean, anytime you put a chicken breast in a skillet, you get consistency, but you can't get perfection. So how do you get to consistency of behavior? How do you get to consistency of values, consistencies of culture, consistency of habits, which gives you a chance to perform at the highest level, but you can't get to perfection.
What other kinds of soft skills or leadership competencies do you think is going to be important for this next generation of leaders to be successful out in the world after graduation?
Learning how to have the skill set to state your opinion and not worry about somebody disagreeing with you.
Do people worry about that now?
I think by nature we all want to come to the soft consensus in the middle.
Mm-hmm. So you're in a boardroom and you have your whole executive team there, and you have a few younger rising stars. Are they sometimes afraid to speak up and voice their opinion?
If they won't, they're not in the boardroom.